What is up, guys? My name is Pocketcraft and welcome back to the Minecraft Pocket Edition Survival Guide. So in today's video we're going to be making an automatic super smelter that also gives you XP. So this doubles as a super smelter and an XP farm, so it's a super awesome build, something you're definitely going to want to have in your worlds, and it's something I've been needing for a long time. And so as always, the materials list will be in the description, so check down below for everything you need. But let's get right into the build, and then we can talk a little bit more about what I'm going to do for those of you who would like to stay around for that. So first thing you're going to do is put down a double chest just like that, and then grab 8 hoppers and place them into the double chest. So you have to crouch, place 1 right there, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, just like that. And then place a furnace on top of every single hopper. So you'll need to crouch and go like this, just 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, just like that. And then you're going to want to come around to the back here and place a hopper facing into every single furnace. So you'll have to crouch down. I'll have to get rid of the torches here and go 1 like that, 2, 3, 4. Those are torches there I'll have to get rid of. And do that all the way down. So you'll want to make sure that every single hopper is going right into a furnace just like that. And the next step, we're going to use our final 8 hoppers, crouch down and place them on top of the furnaces going into them just like this. And so we'll put them all in, and then we'll come off and check to make sure they're all actually facing the right direction. Perfect. Yep, they're all going right down into the furnaces. So how this is actually going to work is these hoppers back here will bring in the fuel. Then these hoppers up here will bring in the things that are going to be smelted, and they'll all come out in these bottom hoppers and then go into this chest right here. So for the next step, you're going to grab some solid blocks. Any solid block will work. You're going to go up to this top layer of hoppers here, crouch and put 3 just like that. And then you'll probably want to use some temporary blocks to get on top. Put 1 block right there, and then break the temporary blocks used, and break this block right here. Then you're going to want to come around to here and place 1 block right there and 1 block right there. And that little pattern right there. And I'll come around the back here to show you what that looks like. Should look, I'll come up here. Should look just like this over here. By the way, this farm was designed by JC Place, so the link to his channel will be in the description. But the next step is going to be come over to the hopper, crouch, place 2 blocks like that, and then make sure you have a 3rd block right there. Mine is just part of the wall, so I can leave it there, but you may want to add, well, you will have to add a block unless you're in a place like this. And then the next step is going to come over to this hopper right here, do the same thing, 2 blocks right there, and then another block up there as the wall. For the next step, you're going to want to come up here, put 1 powered rail right here, and then put normal rails coming all the way back here. And we'll just keep going to the end of the hoppers, and 1 right here as well, and then put a powered rail right there. Then come back to this side, put a powered rail right there, and then crouch and put normal rails going all the way like this, coming all the way across. And then you need to put a power rail right here, but if you do it right now, these 2 rails are going to connect. So a simple solution you can use to fix that is make sure there's another block right there, put a powered rail here, then put a powered rail here. Then you can break this powered rail and then just replace this block right here. And now we have the setup that we need. The next step you're going to want to do is come over here, put a redstone torch right there, and then put 1 right there. And this should power both of those powered rails. We can come up here just really quickly to see if that works. And it works perfectly, which is awesome. Now we need to come over to the other side. And over here, you're going to want to put a lever right there. And then now you can switch on the lever, and that'll power both of these powered rails right here. And you can switch off the lever, and it'll turn them both off. And now we want this because this will allow us to stop and reload the fuel and the things we're having smelted whenever we need to. We can just flip this off. The minecart with chests will stop here. We can reload it, and then we can fill it back up whenever we need to. And so we'll leave that off for right now until we can get everything finished set up. All right, so the next step is you're going to want to build up a way to get up either on this side or the other side. This side with the lever is probably the best side, but just because of the small room that I'm in and this survival guide series, I think it'll be a little bit easier for me to go on this side. Just put some ladders there so you can get up, and then come over here, put a minecart with a chest right here, and then grab another minecart with a chest and put it right here. Once again, we'll put the things we want smelted up top in this minecart with a chest, and then the fuel sources down here in this one. Now the next step is we need to make the locking system so that we can actually get XP from this. So how you're going to do that is put blocks right here, your solid blocks. Now you need to put redstone dust on top of every single one of these, just like that. and then put a torch and redstone torch in front of all of these, which is kind of awkward at this angle. Just put it all in right there, just like that. And then you're going to need to put a lever on the side here, and this will be the redstone locking system. So when you have it flipped like this and the torches are off, items will be able to flow through the hoppers here and into the chests. And then when you flick it again, then the hoppers will be locked and items can't flow through the hoppers. And so most of you are probably wondering why the heck we need to do that. And so I'll explain really quickly. On Bedrock Edition of Minecraft, when you have super smelters like this, if you just float into a chest and you take the items out of the chest, you won't get any experience. However, if you have the items flow into the chest and then you hop the lockers after they've done a fair amount of smelting, then if you go and take an item out of the physical furnace, which you can only do if the hoppers are locked, then you'll get all the XP of the smelting operations that were done before you locked it, if it was within one of those things. And so I'll show you in a second how this works once we actually fill it up. It'll be a little bit easier to see. But first, you're going to want to turn this off for a while so that things can actually go through and be smelted. And you'll get the most experience from ores and food being smelted, I believe. I could be wrong about that, but it doesn't really matter what you smelt. You'll get experience either way. And I'm personally just using this to smelt things quickly, but you can get experience from it as well. So I'll do that as well because that's a bonus. But once again, at the top here, you're going to put what you want smelted. For me, I'm going to put a ton of sand because I have a plan on making a Nether Hub soon, and that's going to require a lot of glass. And so I need to smelt a whole lot of sand. And so this is one of the main reasons I actually want to make the super smelter. So I'm going to fill this up with as much sand as I've got. And you can fill it up just a tiny bit, or you can fill the chest all the way. And then this bottom one here, you need to put fuel. I'm personally going to do dried kelp blocks because I have a farm to be able to get those automatically. If you haven't seen that, you should check that out. That's a really easy way to get fuel fast. I'll probably make a blaze farm in the future to help with this as well. But you can use whatever kind of fuel you want. You could just mine coal. And then what you need to do is flip this lever right here, and they should go back and forth. And as you can see, all of our furnaces here are starting to get filled up with stuff to be smelted, and they're getting fuel sources as well. And so now I'm going to wait here for a second until we have probably about 2 stacks of items smelted, and then that'll be a good time to check how to get the XP out of here. Okay, so we have over 2 stacks full of items in here, so it's a good time to show you how the experience works. But I realized I'm at level 54, and so it would be really hard to tell how much experience you're actually getting because that's such a high level. So I'm going to I put all my stuff in a chest, and I'm going to go commit end game really quickly. And I have the respawn anchor up top, which if you don't know what that is, it's a really good item. You should check out the video where I built the castle, and you'll be able to see how that works. But basically, it allows me to respawn up here. And so now I'm back to level 0. And so we'll come down this ladder here. And then what we want to do is come over here and we'll lock the hoppers. And so this way no more items are going to come into the chest here. And then what you want to do is come over and take an item out of here. And you'll see you'll start to get experience. Little by little, you don't get a ton yet just because glass doesn't give the most experience. And so something like this, you won't get an insane amount of experience off the bat, but you can get some. However, if you were to use something like gold ore or something like that, you could have probably gotten to about level 10 by here. And so then if you just keep waiting and get things up even more, then you can get even more and more resources. And so it's definitely a good way to do things. I'm going to unlock the hoppers here because I'm just making this for glass. But if you need experience and you don't want to build the gold farm, which my gold farm is also probably the best experience farm that I've built so far. And so check that out. I'll link it above if you guys really need experience. But this is a great way to get just items like glass and stuff, which is the main thing I'm using it for. But I'm going to get all of my stuff back now. And luckily, I don't really need any levels right now. And with that gold farm, you can get levels really quickly. So it's no big deal that I died. But that is totally okay. And now the Nether Hub, for those of you guys who don't know, a Nether Hub is where you connect up all your Nether portals. And usually do it in a way that looks at least somewhat nice. And so what I'm going to do is probably build one of those in the coming episodes. And I'm planning on probably building it out of either smooth stone and some glass. I think is the best way to do it. Just because glass will be cool because you can look around. Smooth stone is just probably one of my favorite looking blocks. And it's a good way to not get in trouble. Gas can't see through you or anything like that. So it's a good thing to do. But I'm going to go out here. I'll probably need to get some glowstone to replenish the respawn anchor because it only has 3 lives. There's a gas here, which I have to be really careful about because we're by the wool. I don't want that to break. But that's probably going to be it for today's episode and kind of the tutorial of today. And some of the coming episodes will do a little bit more showing some things. Right now I'm just doing some prep work, and so I'll teach you how to do a couple of things to prep. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel if you're new. But I hope you guys all have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll catch you all in that next video.